Hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. And this lecture is all about troubleshooting network infrastructure. And we're going to take a look at some common things which could cause connectivity problems in your VPC if not configured correctly. So let's get started. And here is an example VPC. And if you've already done our Solutions Architect course, then you will already be really familiar with troubleshooting VPCs. And also, if you've been working professionally as a cloud engineer or architect, you will already probably know everything there is to know about troubleshooting VPC connectivity. And personally, in my last role as a cloud architect, I really spent a lot of time troubleshooting network issues and trying to work out what was wrong in my VPC. And it's usually something really simple like routing tables or security groups. Something's not been configured quite correctly. So let's take a look at this example VPC. And we've got two subnets, one public and one private. And we've got network traffic coming in from an internet gateway and a virtual private gateway as well. And when the traffic comes into our VPC, it either comes in through the internet gateway if it's internet traffic or the virtual private gateway if it is VPN traffic. And then it's going to hit the VPC router. And from there, it's going to be routed to the correct subnet. But before it reaches the subnet, it needs to be allowed in by the network access control lists and the security groups. And only if it is permitted by both of these will the network traffic actually reach the subnet. So if you are seeing a connectivity issue in your VPC, there are a few things that you need to check are correctly configured. So first of all, definitely check that the routing tables are correctly configured. Make sure that the route table is routing internet traffic to the internet gateway in the public subnet. And then in the private subnet, make sure that the routing table is routing any traffic destined for your own data center through the virtual private gateway. And also you need to double check that your security groups and your network access control lists are permitting the traffic. And finally, you can always use VPC flow logs to check the traffic flowing into and out of your VPC. And when you view the flow logs, you'll see either allow or deny. So if you see any deny messages, then that's going to give you a clue as to where the problem might be. So moving on to some of our exam tips for network infrastructure, definitely do check that your routing tables are configured correctly to send traffic to your internet gateway or NAT gateway or virtual private gateway. Check that your security groups and network access control lists are allowing the traffic that's coming into and out of your subnets. And remember that network access control lists are stateless, so you do need to configure both inbound and outbound rules, whereas security groups are stateful and you only need to configure one rule and it will allow for inbound and outbound as well. And of course, security groups are denied by default, so no connectivity is allowed by default. You need to go in and explicitly allow if you want to allow access for HTTP or HTTPS. If you want to allow SSH access, etc., you need to go in and allow it explicitly. And for network access control lists, if you want to explicitly deny connectivity to a group of IP addresses, then you would need to use a network access control list for that. If you're configuring peering between two VPCs, remember to configure routing tables in both of the VPCs so that they know how to route traffic to each other. And if you're having problems with internet access, make sure that you've configured your routing tables correctly to use either a NAT gateway or an internet gateway. And also make sure that your security groups are allowing the traffic as well. And finally, use VPC flow logs to view the network traffic coming into and out of your VPC. And if you see any deny messages, then that will give you a clue as to where the problem might be. So that is the end of this lecture. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.